Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the weekend preview show where we go through each game and make an attempt to predict the outcome. Starting off today at Anfield, where Liverpool will be taking on Everton in the first Merseyside derby of the season. Liverpool, fresh off that 3-2 win over Atletico Madrid in Champions League, will be looking to continue their 100% record this season, a record Everton will be looking to destroy. And for real, if there's anyone that can stop Liverpool on this run, it's probably their bitter rivals, Everton. This is a fixture heavily dominated by Liverpool. They've won their last 5 Merseyside derbies 11-1 on aggregate, so psychologically they have the edge here. This should be Isak's Premier League debut after starting the Champions League on Wednesday. Everton, on the other hand, they've been doing very well this season. They will be looking to new signing Jack Grealish for some much needed creativity. Everton would have to absorb all the pressure in this game and then look to hit on the counter through Grealish on their. To me, I think that's the only way they can get anything from this game. But Liverpool, man, let's talk about Liverpool. Liverpool are like a mysterious team to me right now. They could pull a rabbit out of the hat at any moment in the game. In the 96th, 97th, these guys are pulling out victories out of nothing, and that is, unfortunately for me to say, the trait of champions. Like, that's how champions behave, and that is why my prediction in this game will be a 2-1 win for Liverpool. Next is Brighton versus Spurs. Spurs, they've started the season very strong. They've won 3 out of the 4 Premier League games they've been involved in this season, and they've started their Champions League campaign with a win. So confidence is high. Brighton, on the other hand, they've had mixed fortunes. Yes, they beat Man City in that home game, but since then they've been dropping points elsewhere. And in this fixture, Spurs have won 11 out of the last 18 games against Brighton, 6 defeats and a draw. So Spurs also have the psychological advantage over Brighton in this game. But at home, Brighton have had more wins than defeats against Spurs, so home advantage could be a factor here in this game. But like I said before, Spurs are just unpredictable when it comes to this game. You really don't know what to expect from Spurs, because coming from a high of a Champions League win, they could just come here and lose. That's why I'm predicting a 2-1 win for Brighton in this game. You just can't trust Spurs. Next up is Burnley versus Forest. We've got 2 teams here who haven't really kicked on this season. They've been really poor, 15th and 17th in the table. This is a game where both teams would look as an opportunity to pick up really valuable points, and more so for Forest after being dumped out of the Carabao Cup by Championship side Swansea. Head to head, Burnley have the upper hand in this fixture. In 27 meetings, they have won 12 and lost 8 with 7 draws. I think this is going to be another draw, so my prediction here is 1-1. Next up is West Ham versus Crystal Palace. West Ham coming from a very heavy defeat to Spurs in the last round of fixtures, and Palace very unlucky to draw against Sunderland. So both teams will be desperate for a win here. This fixture over the years is one that has produced lots of goals, but both teams can't really be separated. So in the last 27 meetings, they've had 9 wins, 9 draws and 9 losses for either side, and in those games they've scored 88 goals. Soucek is still suspended for this game, and he'll be a big miss for West Ham, and I truly can only say Palace win here. I wanted to go for a high scoring game because of the history of this fixture, but I'm just going to keep it at 2-1 for Palace, with Sarr to score or assist. Next up is Wolves versus Leeds. Wolves, they've had a very rough start to the season, losing all 4 games and languishing at the bottom of the table. And they host 16th place Leeds. This is another fixture where both teams will see this as an opportunity to pick up really valuable points. But I think they're going to be sharing the spoils here. My prediction is 2-2. Next up is Man United versus Chelsea. United coming from that dreadful 3-0 defeat to City, and Chelsea trying to get back to winning ways after an underwhelming draw at Brentford and a defeat in the Champions League. Last season, this fixture ended 1-1. It is really difficult to predict this game because United can turn up on the day and get a result against these big sides, but they have a very poor team, really poor team, that I really can't predict anything other than a Chelsea win. I have to go for Chelsea 2-0. First goal for Estevao. Next up is Fulham versus Brentford. Fulham looking to build on after getting their first win of the season last week. Brentford should be feeling good as well after holding Chelsea to a draw. Fulham are unbeaten at home this season with a win and a draw, and Brentford haven't registered a point yet on the road. It's going to be a tight game. Fulham will definitely have the midfield, and they will suppress Brentford's transitions, forcing them to play in congested areas. And we all know Brentford, they are not good at that. They will solely rely on counters in this game, which I don't think will be enough. So my prediction for this game will be 1-0 to Fulham. Next up is Bournemouth versus Newcastle. Both teams won at home last season, and both teams are looking very good. Bournemouth, despite selling half of their team, are still looking like nothing changed, and they're carrying on from where they left off last season. Semenyo's influence in this team is growing stronger. I think they scored 6 goals in the league this season, and he's been involved in 5 of them. Newcastle's new signing, Walter Mad, made the perfect start last week, and he will be filled with confidence going into this one. This is the most difficult game for me to predict this week because honestly I have no clue where this one is going to go. I really don't, and for that reason I'll be going for a 2-2 draw. Next is Sunderland versus Aston Villa. Sunderland, against all expectations, are not doing badly at all. They sit 7th on the table and they're playing very, very well. 19th place Villa, on the other hand, aren't doing so well. They've been very disappointing, and pressure is beginning to mount on manager Unai Emery, and getting knocked out of the Carabao Cup last night didn't do them any favors at all. This is a must-game win for Villa. Nothing other than a win will be acceptable to the Villa fans. They have to get a win in this game, but it's not going to be easy. It's going to be very, very difficult. Sunderland haven't dropped a point at home this season, so it's a tough one. My prediction for this game is a 1-1 draw. And lastly, Arsenal will be hosting Manchester City at the Emirates. Pep going up against his apprentice. Arsenal, who are unbeaten at home this season and yet to concede a goal, will be going into this game very, very confidently. And also, on the other hand, this will be a real test for Pep's men to see if last week was just a poor Man United side. Arsenal will be keeping a very close eye on Erling Haaland, who seems to score every time he plays against them. Madueke will be looking to continue his good form, but this time the fans will be demanding some end product from him, because there's no use being brilliant in a game when you can't really affect the outcome of the game. So a goal or an assist will be really appreciated by the Arsenal fans here for Madueke. This is a very, very difficult game to call because both teams are very good, and Arsenal, they do very well at home. They have the best defense in the league, and from last week you must have heard me wax lyrical about this guy Mosquera. I think he's the real deal. I can't go against City in this fixture. I really can't. I think this would be a 2-1 win for Manchester City. Pep always knows how to beat Arteta somehow. He knows how to beat Arteta. So I think it will be a win for City. 2-1. And there you have it. These are my predictions for the week. Last week I got 5 out of 10 right, so I'm getting better. Hopefully I get everything right this week, and make sure you join me on the review show to find out. And so if you've enjoyed this video, please do me a favor, smash the like button. You know what, I've been saying smash and nothing has been happening. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think in the comment sections. Let me know what your predictions are for this game. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.